So I hope that felt good. I think it's just kind of a moment between these two. Both of them have this one thing in common. Hey friends, hey, welcome back to SheSoDramatic. Thank you for joining me for another video. Today I'm just going to be sharing a planner update. I mentioned this in a previous video, the one where I did the planner accessory haul, that I wanted to update you on how I'm currently using my planner, the things that I was going to attempt to do differently. And so just want to bring you this video to share those updates with you. One of the things that I tried to do, I mentioned this in the video, I did try to go smaller. I tried to make my planner less bulky. I switched out these planner rings. These are 1 1/4 inch discs, I believe, and I found some on Amazon that were 3/4 of an inch wide. And so I did attempt to do that. I took out the majority of my monthly pages and my weekly pages, and I only kept in like the current month in addition to 1 or 2 months that followed. I tried that for a couple of weeks, but as I mentioned in my other video, I really do like to see my entire year in my planner because I like to be able to go back and reference appointments and important dates from previous months. So I do like to keep all of my year in my planner at once. And so the result of that is just that it's going to be bulky because I do have other sections in here as well. So not only do I have my monthly spreads, but in addition to that, once you move further back in my book, I have a notes section. I have a Sunday section. This is my faith journal / prayer list / whatever I need it to be, sermon notes, whatever I need it to be. And then I also keep my vision board in my planner. So these extra pages in the back bulk it up quite a bit as well, but I'm just that kind of planner girl that I like to keep everything with me. I don't like to have to refer to multiple different planners, planner books. I like to keep everything in the same book. So that's just going to mean that it's going to be bulky, and I'm just going to have to be okay with that. So I did attempt it. I didn't like it. So here we are. So the reason why I'm doing kind of a planner reset update, even though we're 3/4 finished this year, the year's 3/4 done, we're in September already, is because I still do have kind of a teacher mindset in terms of having this season, this fall season, be kind of a start over season, new beginnings, things are happening, the school year starts, the theater season starts. Even though I'm no longer a school classroom teacher, my classroom is in the corporate setting now. I teach corporate training. So even though I'm not in a school setting, I do still have that same school teacher mindset. And like I mentioned, the theater season runs with the school season anyway. So this time of year is a reset for me. So I like to kind of just take another look at my planner, set up, make sure that it's working for me, make any adjustments that need to be made, and go from there. So let me also mention very quickly how I use my planner, just in case it helps somebody else. The way that I use my monthly and weekly spreads, I like to use my monthly spread as kind of a month at a glance. I like to put all of my important dates, my appointments, anything that needs to stand out, anything that I need to remember for the entire month. I use my monthly spread for that. Okay, so here is the month of August. So let me also mention that I don't make my monthly spreads pretty by any means at all. Like, I'm literally just scribbling in the things that I cannot forget, appointments, any type of birthdays or important events, whatever's going on that I need to be able to see at a glance. So for the month of August, I had plans every weekend because it was my birthday month and I wanted to turn up every single weekend in the month of August. We took a trip. We moved my son into college. On this day, I had some Sunday school meetings going on. I had an event with an employee resource group at my job. So just different things that I have to know that is happening, and I don't want to forget. We started a new play on August 7th, rehearsals for a new play. All of my birthdays are in blue, the important people in my life. Those birthdays are in blue. So at a glance, this is how I use my monthly spread. As you can see, football season started. We went to see Dreamgirls here in my city. A local theater was producing Dreamgirls. I started a new class at my job. I started teaching a new class at my job on the 28th. So that's how I use the monthly spread. Looking at September, let's see. I want to make sure that there's nothing on here that's too personal. And it's not. Again, just I'm putting down appointments and important dates at a glance on the monthly spread. Okay, so moving on to the weekly spreads, let me just give you an example of how I use my weekly spreads. So this was the last month in August. Excuse me, the last week. This was the last week in August. So I use my weekly spreads for my to-do list. I don't necessarily recopy any of the appointments or important dates onto the weekly spreads because I already have those on the monthly spread. So I just use my weekly spread for my to-do list, things that I have to accomplish within that week. Sometimes it's even broken down by things I have to accomplish in that day. I also like to decorate my weekly spread. And this is something that I'm trying to be more consistent with. For this last week in August, I was feeling super duper thankful and just really blessed and appreciative of everything that was going on in my life at the time. And so that's how I decided to decorate my weekly spread for that week. I don't really decorate too far in advance because I like for the inspiration to hit me. I decorate my planner based on how I'm feeling. So again, this particular week, I was feeling super duper thankful. And so that was the theme that I chose to use for this week. And then as you can see, I do have some items on my to-do list. I prefer the vertical layout in my Happy Planner because of my to-do list. Because I like to be able to track all of my items that I need to do, I do prefer a vertical layout as opposed to a horizontal layout. So just looking at this week, it looks like I was able to accomplish almost everything that I set out to do. I just use a very simple system. I write out the item that I need to accomplish with a little line, and I'll either put a check mark if I finished it, or I'll put a T if I transferred it to another day or another week. And I've got one here that is still blank, so I do need to put a T right here because I am going to have to transfer that to a different week. The new playwright that we are working on right now, her name is Alicia Harris. She's done a few interviews about her play, and I need to go watch those interviews. So anyway, again, here's my little to-do list. So we had to send an email out about our football team meal. We feed the football team on Thursdays. And so on Monday, I wanted to make sure that I sent out a reminder about the team meal. I had to pick up groceries. I wanted to get on the Total Gym. I wanted to spend some time reading. On Tuesday, I was able to accomplish my reading goal. I had to look into registering my vehicle. My son's vehicle actually is what it is. And I need a inspection. So I ended up having to transfer this item to a different week because my husband is going to take care of that inspection for me. So I should be able to renew his tags, my son's tags, next week. We had I attended the Is God Is rehearsal. That's the name of our play. I attended that rehearsal that day. I had some items to check off of my list in Asana. We use Asana for project management at the theater. I got on the Total Gym. I washed some towels. So again, just an example of how I use my weekly spread. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we are in the first full week in September. And I need to put down my inspiration. I've got a blank canvas here. So I need to decorate it a little bit. I'm kind of a minimalist when it comes to decorating. I don't like to do a whole lot. And then I am going to share what my to-do list is for this week. So this week, my inspiration is hope. So I found, and I will add a clip. I don't necessarily subscribe to any planner boxes like some of the other planner girls do. I'm just not there yet where I want to invest that kind of money in decorating my planner. So I pull images right off the internet, and I'll show you a copy of like this week's images that I pulled, and then I just print them right on my little inkjet printer over there. I have label paper or sticker paper, whatever you want to call it. Let me show you what it is. So it's this package of what they call white adhesive labels, but instead of it being individual labels, it's an entire sheet. And so this is what I print my decorations on. And then I don't have a Cricut or anything to cut them out, so I just cut them out by hand. I find that that is the most cost-effective thing for me to do right now, so that's what I'm going to continue doing. So I found a scripture about hope that was so pretty. The image on the internet was so pretty, and this is what I decided that I wanted to use. This is Romans 12:12, and it says, "Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer." And so that's kind of the season of my life that I feel like I'm in right now. There's so many changes going on. I talked to you about that already. I'm just having to just be faithful and wait and, you know, just see how God shakes things out. And the whole point of this scripture, in my opinion, is just to be joyful in hope while you are waiting. So this was my inspiration for this week's planner spread. So I've got that I cut out. I've got the word hope here. I also have, this is another scripture that I love, Jeremiah 29:11. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." So I'm going to see if I can find a place for this scripture as well. This is that same scripture, Romans 12:12. "Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer." It was just a different little layout. So I will find a place on here for that. And then these words from that scripture, joyful, patient, and faithful. I found these words in this really pretty font. So I just printed them out. And so I will find places to affix these words on my weekly spread to remind me of that scripture. So that's what it's looking like so far in terms of decor. I do have one sticker book that I bought from Happy Planner years ago that I might be able to use some of these floral stickers because I think that they'll go well. But like I said, I don't have a lot of sticker books. This is a really pretty one. I don't have a whole lot of sticker books. I kind of just go with how I'm feeling for that week. I find images on the internet that match how I'm feeling, and I print those out. So let's go ahead and start arranging these pretty stickers on my planner. So before I take the backing off of them and like stick them down permanently, I'm just gonna kind of play with the placement. I think I'm gonna have to, I think I'm gonna have to put this one over here in this corner, maybe, because it's so big. And this is usually these grids down here, these are usually the places where I put my to-do list. And I try not to make to-do lists on Saturday and Sunday. Like, you gotta have some days where you are not checking things off of a box. And so if I put this down here in this corner, it won't matter that I'm covering up Saturday and Sunday's grids, because I don't want a to-do list on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? All right, so that could possibly go there. And then since this is the same scripture, maybe having this up here in this corner would be pretty. And have them kind of anchoring each other at opposite corners. This might have to wait for another week. I'm gonna put this one aside for now to see how I'm feeling. I want faithful up here. I want to start my week being joyful. And I want to remember to be patient, maybe right around there. So that might look cute. And then, let's see, I have, from a previous week, I have some other florals that I printed off of the internet, but they're kind of big. They're too big. Here's a little snippet of one that maybe I'll put right here. Oh, and I forgot about this word hope. So let's put hope down there. Y'all, this is gonna be real simple. Real simple. I just dropped a paper clip. Where is it? Anyway, what I was saying was, I don't like to do too much with my planner decor. First of all, because I want to keep some room to be able to make my to-do list. And then I don't like the thought of just overwhelming myself with something else, you know, another obligation. Let me make, you know, this planner as busy as possible. I don't like to do that because I don't want to get myself overwhelmed. I'm looking at these stickers here, and I kind of like this one. This one feels like it might match the color scheme the best. So that is, oh, here's another cute one. This one says collect happy moments. We'll see. I might not need it at all. I might just, actually, y'all, this is cute. This is cute enough. Like, this is enough. Let's go with this. So I'm gonna start taking the backing off of these stickers, which are actually labels that I have turned into stickers. I'm using label paper to make this work. So I don't care about covering anything up here. That looks like it might be crooked. Hold on. That looks better. My OCD be kicking in if something looks crooked. But okay, so while I'm doing this, let me mention too that I want to kind of change the direction of the kind of videos that I've been making lately. I want to be more consistent on YouTube. Not because I anticipate like being able to be this famous YouTuber and make lots of money or anything like that. Like, that's not even on my radar, especially the famous part. Y'all, that ain't for me. But this is a cool little hobby, in my opinion, because it keeps me distracted. I love the distraction of YouTube, and it's free therapy. I enjoy creating videos, editing them. I enjoy sharing stuff with, you know, people that might need a new recipe or guess I could show you what I'm doing, trying to get this backing off of here. But I enjoyed that part of YouTube. And so I want to be more consistent. I want to be able to do this more often. I told y'all I'm trying to deal with changes in my life, and you know, maybe it's not healthy, but I'd rather distract myself than be emotional about them. And so maybe that means I'm not dealing with my emotions like I should. I don't know. But this is what I choose to do. So anywho, I said all that to say that in order for me to be more consistent on YouTube, I'm going to have to start making videos of things that I do every day or every week anyway, because I'm not a vlogger. Like, I feel like, I mean, it takes some real thought and energy and talent to be a vlogger, and all respect to those people. Sometimes if I get if the cutout is in a space that doesn't have the automatic perforation, sometimes it's hard to get the backing off. And so, and I'm working with these fake nails, not real nails, so it's kind of hard to get in there. But anyway, so I don't see myself doing vlogs. That's just not me. There we go. So in order for me to be more consistent on YouTube, I'm going to have to, like I said, create content of things that I want to do on a consistent basis anyway. Where do I want to put this? I think I'm going to put this right here. So for me, that is planning and organizing, things like that, and cooking, because those are things I have to do anyway. And it'll keep me, especially with the planning, it'll help me stay accountable. It definitely will help me stay accountable. I like sharing cooking videos just because I like to see what other people are having for dinner. Sometimes you need ideas. You get tired of cooking the same things over and over. So yeah, so I think that's what I'm gonna try to do going forward. That's the type of content that I am going to share, is more planning videos and more cooking videos. Like I mentioned before though, my little planner decor, it's not a lot. Like I can't have it be real busy. That's overwhelming for me. So I'm gonna keep it pretty simple. Same thing with the cooking videos. I'm gonna keep it pretty simple. We're just gonna share ideas for new things that we can make for dinner. How about that? This is kind of curved perfectly right here. Like that was just an accident, but it works. Boom. I'm done. I am done. What y'all think? Cute and simple. All right. So I'll talk to you a little bit about what I have to get accomplished this week. I probably won't, this video is starting to get long, so I won't record myself writing in my to-do list. Okay, so some of the things that I need to get accomplished this week are, my son received another scholarship, which we are so grateful for, and I need to deposit that check. I have some notary business. I don't think I've ever mentioned that on this channel, that I am a commissioned notary for my state. And so I have some notary business that I have to take care of this week. I have a study guide for our new play that I need to complete this week because we have students coming in for our matinee. We've got a student matinee coming up. And so before the students arrive, I want to be able to give their teacher a study guide so that they can look it over before they come see the play. And then the last thing is I've got to respond to some emails so that we can set up some meetings for this. I'm a part of this National Dramaturg Association. It's called Literary Managers and Dramaturgs of the Americas. And I am a regional vice president for that organization. And I also am the upcoming conference planner. So I'm both excited and terrified about that new role. But we've got to set some meetings up so that we can get started planning, because that conference takes place next June. So those are the things that are on this week's to-do list. So I'm going to, I'm gonna try to be about my business, and this time that I spend in my planner and these videos that I anticipate recording every week, I think this is really going to help me be about my business. So for the next video, I do want to share what I am doing for my faith planning and journaling and stuff like that. Even though I mentioned that I do prefer to keep everything in my planner in one book, I don't like to have separate books. I ended up purchasing some items from a dear friend of ours. I thought the items were going to fit into my happy planner, but they don't. They are punched for an A5 style journal, an A5 style planner. And so I am going to end up having to have a separate book, but I'll show you how I'm using that in the next video. So that is all that I'm doing for today. I hope you have enjoyed today's video. I hope you are spending time with the people and the things that bring you joy, and I'll see you next time. Bye.